Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Welcome back.
We are back.
We didn't leave. We've been consistent. I know what you're talking about.
We are back in this video. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
As in, the D'Angelo stable. This episode is gonna be a bit different. See, most of the episode, since we started doing this new series, we being in the house. So the UK decided to release a bit of sun. So we came out. We're gonna go to the park for a bit, and then we're gonna, carry on with this episode. What are we gonna talk about this one?
Should men and women go 50-50? No?
Yeah. What do you think? Should a man and a woman go 50-50? Do you really think that works?
My brother's FaceTiming me.
Stay on. We're gonna keep up with this one. Yeah.
Say hi, guys. Do you think a guy, a boy, and a girl should split 50-50? You're not a good boy. You are a good boy. Okay, but then you shouldn't go 50-50.
Keep up. We're gonna continue with this one. Yeah. The supposedly sun that we had is gone. We come to the park. At least it's quiet, because here when there is sun, crazy. Whoa, hey.
Hi.
You gonna go with him?
Let me come down.
No, go with him.
No, the find it's really dangerous to go with a child down the slide.
Yeah, so let me stay here then. Where?
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's so high.
Come on.
There, but it's actually high.
Come.
Come on.
It's so childish.
No,
Wait, you need to wait.
This is not actually the right way. It's not around. You wanna go?
No. This episode we're having fun.
Sorry.
Just calm down, baby. It's gonna be fine. Come on.
No, stay there, so just in case.
In case what? You're gonna sit down.
He drops in it.
Alright.
Ready?
You see? What are you scared about?
You see how high it is, yeah? Okay. You see? Oh, you're fun. You're gonna go down by yourself? Okay, ready? Steady, you go. You're so brave. Can you jump through this?
No, I can't get stuck, not drop.
Oh, yeah.
You see? This is what I mean.
Yay! It's okay, I'm gonna take you out. Oh no!
It got stuck. Well, I just had to save our kids from the dog.
I would do it, but I feel like I would only do it if he wasn't here.
Really, truly, is a small dog. It's actually not that deep.
Big or small.
But then again, you don't like it. Alright. So we did try record in the park, but the park didn't want to be recording.
There was too many
Dogs.
too many dogs, and I feel like when you go, because we went to like a children's area, and I feel like as it's a children's area in the park, not that there shouldn't be any dogs, but there shouldn't be not dogs on the leash.
Yeah, they should have been the leash.
Like every dog should be on the leash, especially in children's playing areas. You see so many dog attacks, and it's like these people just leave. I think it's so inconsiderate, because it's just like, I have a child. That doesn't mean necessarily you want my child around you. So my child shouldn't be going to random people and just trying to play with them like adults, innit?
Yeah.
Kids can play with kids, but it's like, probably you don't want somebody else's kid to come to you. So it's like, why would you think I want your dog to come to me or to go to my child? Because the dog went to Ezra. It was only a small one, so that's not too bad. But the last time we came to this park, we was gonna get attacked.
Well, it wasn't precise on this side. It was on the other side.
It
Because
was
this
another
this
side.
park is big though. So we came to a different side of the park where people actually let the dogs go without the leash, you know. Because there's more
Isn't
space
it
in
a
there.
law that the dogs should be on a leash?
I think so, but because it's a park and it's a big
yeah.
park, then probably that area, the dogs there could be without the leash.
Yeah, it was like German Shepherd.
Yeah,
and there was two of them, and the dogs. Mate, it was probably like, and the lady couldn't, like, she couldn't grab the dogs, and it was just bare screaming, and I was like, can't you take your dog? And she's like, I'm trying, and she literally had no controls over the dog. Ezra was small, and then he was just like with Ezra by himself over there, and he had like the ones that you put the coolers, the
oh yeah, a thermic.
Well, yeah, the one you put like drinks inside to keep them cool and that. And he had like in front of him holding Ezra. So both the dogs, because I was quite away from them, from him and Ezra, they just surrounded me. And I'm the one that's scared of dogs. And then he's like, don't run, because if you run, they're literally going to attack you. So I had to stay there, and the dogs are like, I'm here to die. I'm going to die here. Can you imagine? It was so scary.
That it was scary. I can't lie.
Because there was nothing.
That day, I couldn't do anything because I had Ezra and also you were in front of me. So really and truly, I couldn't do anything apart from trying to protect Ezra and obviously trying to do something to you. And if you would have run, them dogs, they would have think that is actually a prize they're running.
Yeah, and there was two. It wasn't even just one. It was two, and they were big dogs.
Yeah,
they could have easily came up to like here, so they would have enjoyed me that day, man.
This Congolese meat.
Nah, proper scary.
So yeah, we did try record the part, but we couldn't because obviously this situation. We're gonna jump into the actual focus from this episode, which is should men and a woman have
go 50-50.
Should a man and a woman go 50-50?
Yeah. Ignore it if you hear Ezra in the back. He's just playing with watching some programs so we can record. Parent life.
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I jump in or should you jump in? What do you think?
You can jump in.
Okay, I'll jump in. So, obviously, the main focus would be me trying to say what I understand about it because obviously we're Africans, right? And we would always tend to focus into African aspect, you know. But I'll just say in general because
I don't even think you can talk about Africans anymore because now there's a lot of African women basically
mixing, you know,
single women in relationships. So I don't
single women in the relationship.
Yeah, like they basically have to do most things by themselves anyways. And if they do with the man, everything is very much 50-50.
Yeah.
So can't even speak in the African aspect anymore. Oh.
So yeah, but well, really and truly, for me, I don't think it should be 50-50. I don't think it should be 50-50. Why? The reason I think is because the way I was raised, in a way that seeing that the man in a relationship should be the one always kind of try provide for the family. Like for example, if my uncle, obviously, should I continue or stop?
You can continue.
Obviously, yeah. If for example, when I won't say my family because my mom is a single mom, innit? So I can't really say it like that. But I'll say like me seeing my uncles into their household, how it works is like the man always tries to provide for the family. As in, because for the woman it's always hard for them to do the same thing, especially if there's kids involved, because someone needs to take care of the kids. Obviously, in Africa, it's different because there is always someone that you can help you with the kids. So in Africa, because here you can't we can't talk about this here because here it's complicated. Like here, I think people they have a lot going on, so you can't really count with a lot of people to kind of help you raise your kids.
There's no community.
In Africa it's different. But even though the women they can work, they're never gonna work as much as the man. And if they do, when it's time to contribution, when it's time to pay bills and everything, the men always tend to take over. And I'm used to this. I've seen this. So when it comes to me, when it comes to us, obviously I always try to take the burden of my wife. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it depends as well when it comes to 50-50. What aspect are we talking about financially? Like household, like what is actually the 50-50?
We do not go 50-50 on the household, on household chores, and then we don't.
Yeah, when it comes to this,
We don't. But
there's
then
no
we don't go
50-50, do you know
50-50
what I
when
mean?
it comes to to money either.
To
so,
financially aspect. So for us, there's no 50-50. At least in my aspect, when I think about 50-50, I don't think your wife should be putting more money, or not more money, equal money in your relationship. I don't think so.
I mean, let's say you and your partner, there's no kids involved. When there's no, I feel like automatically, maybe not every single woman, but I feel like when kids get involved in relationships, naturally it makes women step back.
Yeah.
Career wise, it does make you step back, unless maybe you're self-employed and you kind of work around that, then maybe you can make it work. Or there's some strong women out there. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna speak for myself. There's some strong women out there. They'll have a kid and go straight back into working 50-50, and they'll just put the kid into nursery and get on with it. Whereas I feel like maybe for myself, I wasn't really comfortable with the idea of leaving my child in the nursery and going to work. So whatever way you do it, that doesn't mean it's the wrong way. It's just whatever your preference is, then so be it. So unless let's say you and your man are both earning, I don't know, like 2K a month, and then your rent and everything, you're going 50-50 with everything, that doesn't sit right with me. Because I think I've mentioned before of, unless you're that woman where it's like you get back home and your husband will cook, and you get back home and you do this, I'm doing 45 hours, you're doing 45 hours, we're both gonna go home, you're gonna cook one day, I'm gonna cook one day, we're gonna just get a takeaway. For me, I feel like living like that, I'm living like a roommate. For me, that
does sound like a roommate, because I don't think that it actually works like that.
No, like, for some people it works. What I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but it works. But does it sound?
Yeah, for me, that's why you see, like, I used to live with my friend before, and that for me is a roommate. That for me is not a partner. Now, that's not to say there's not times that I will go 50-50 with my partner. That's not what I'm saying. There are times that I will go 50-50, but that should not be a monthly thing for me.
That shouldn't be a standard.
I don't feel like that should be a standard for a woman to pay 50-50 with a man. I could be making 2K and he could be making 2K. Better believe I am not still going 50-50 with him. I'm not. But what I will do is I will pay what I need to pay. So, for example, I will expect you to pay rent.
Yeah.
And I feel like naturally for me, I'm still going to pay for other things. That's not to say that he makes his money, I make my money, and I keep my money for myself. No, because I feel like the type of woman that I am, let's say he takes other things. When I get money, I take care of him. Like, for example, he doesn't do his own shopping. Like clothes shopping, whatever. So I would do clothes shopping for him. I'll do for our son. Whenever I will go out, I would naturally come back home with things for our child. He would do it, but not as often. It's like he would get the main things, but then I would get the important things, if that makes sense. I don't mean that in a rude way, but...
No, I get what you're saying, but obviously it needs to have a kind of a balance, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We find our balance by doing this thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, sometimes my wife has more time to do these things than actually me doing it. So it's easier if you get the money and you do the thing. Do you know what I mean? So, like, as long as you find the balance, I think it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, there's no right and there's no
wrong of doing it.
But actually, take that back. Screw that. I do think there's a wrong way of doing it. Because I feel like if, as a man, let's say you're earning 2K and your partner's earning 1K and you're making them go 50-50 with you, you're wicked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're wicked.
That is absolutely crazy.
You're wicked. You're wicked, man. Because it's like you're in a position that she shouldn't have to.
That shouldn't be happening.
Do you know what I mean? So it works if you have a balance, but if it's like that, then I feel like
this is no balance.
This is no balance. This is. I would be like, in a relationship like that, I just feel like you're just kind of mean.
Wicked.
You're
wicked. Because how come?
Naturally, I feel like when you're in a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, you don't want to see your partner suffering.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, making someone go 50-50 with you and they don't earn half of what
What
you
earn,
earn.
yeah, that is bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely crazy,
I don't know, man.
man.
Something about that don't sit right with me. And even if it was the other way around, like as a woman, if you're earning a lot, it's not just the man. Like even as a woman, if you're earning a lot and then your man, and you're like, so you're sitting there watching your partner suffer.
You're still, yeah, that
Nah,
is
something
bad,
like that
bad.
don't. It doesn't sit
That's
right
bad.
with me.
But yeah, anyway, so you guys can see our perspective when it comes to this, especially because we are African. So African.
No, I don't think it's an African thing anymore because there's a lot of.
Do you think so?
A lot of Africans now.
They're not doing.
When I used to grow up, like one thing about, like for example, my dad was so good when it came to this. My dad still is very much one of them men where he's like being the provider. So I've kind of grown up with, like, even to go shopping, my dad would do the shopping. My mom would never do 50-50, and I think for me it was like, even though they wouldn't do 50-50, my mom was still like a go-getter. She would still go and whatever my dad got, if she needed extra, she would go and get it. So for me, the dynamic was always like that. I've grown up around a man that is, I'm the provider. Even like now, even though like I'm married and that, still my dad would still provide. Like even when we go out, he would still like not make us pay because for us he sees us as like kids. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I personally could not be with a person, like even the first day, I stand heavy on the first. I used to do these stupid mistakes when I was younger, but the older I grew up, it was like, even the first day with a guy, you should not pay. As a woman,
I think
you should. The first day.
Wait. But these, as you said, I think now this is a bit different as well, because, you know, some people actually expect to pay 50-50 on the first day.
No, even like sometimes you go to like restaurants and the guy is paying his half of the bill and the woman's paying that
is bizarre. That is
nah.
Well, then again, we're not saying that it's wrong for you to do this. If it works for you, it works for you, right? We're just saying what it works for us or what we think about this, right?
I genuinely think women would sit there and be like, no, I don't mind. But really and truly, if it was in another world, if you had to pick that your partner you're with right now that's making you do 50-50, and then you have a man that will do not everything for you because that's not your dad, but do a lot more for you, put you in a comfortable position, you're not going to pick your partner that's making you do 50. No woman wants to go 50-50. You could not convince me otherwise that any woman wants to do 50-50.
You're an independent woman saying, no.
Who said I wanted to be independent, bro? So why do I have a man in the house? Why do I have a man in the house if I'm having to? That's what I'm saying. A lot of women are in relationships but are single.
Yeah. That's true.
You're single babe mom in a relationship, like, no. Like, we need to stop feeling sorry for men. I'm so tired of us women. I do feel sorry for my love. But I said I do. I do. I do feel sorry for my partner, but as when do we take away this thing that men should be the providers, men should be the ones taking care, and it's like, you take care of them, you invest into them, they invest into you. But why is it now this thing of men are the one being wined and dined and bro, like, where are the men?
You're meant to be supportive to each other, you know what I mean? Relationship needs to be like that, and it needs to be obviously a balance, but also you need to remember that you're the men. Do you know what I mean? So hence why you need to kind of think about this.
No, just
I don't say that.
Yeah, but
yeah, man, this is what we think about. Obviously this week we don't have no dilemmas. We haven't received dilemmas. No, you know, you're taking too long to send your dilemma. We don't mind. Just send your dilemma. The email is here. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. They're not sending no dilemmas. Send your dilemma. You don't need to put your name or whatever. You can DM us. You know, we're not gonna send. You're not gonna say anything about your name. And yeah, so this was the episode about 50-50. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this episode was about 50-50. Let us know what you guys think about it down below. Yeah.
Don't forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe
if you enjoyed this video.
And the other ones. Can't watch the other ones if you haven't yet.
We'll see you in the next episode of the
The Angels Family. Oh, the Angels Table. Bye.